If you've been feeling stuck or frustrated in life, I want to share with you something that I've recently added into my pocket notebook, a simple little spread that helps keep me intentionally consistent every day. This is a simple checklist I look at every morning and every evening, and where I found this information might surprise you. I'll share it at the end of the video. My name's Carsonial, and I help you build an intentional life using simple systems that create consistency in your life, your work, and your faith. So there's a couple reasons that I've done this, and I just kind of want to explain this before I show you the spread. One is because in this journey of trying to build an intentional life, I'm trying to find ways to keep myself in check, to keep myself on track. And the other reason I can best explain using this Lego car. My son built this. He loves building things with Legos. And what will usually happen is he gets his box of Legos, he gets started, everything's going along perfectly, but then he becomes frustrated. He becomes stuck because he can't figure something out. And the reason this frustrates him is because he's very mechanically minded. I mean, he's 12 and he just changed his own carburetor on his dirt bike by himself. So it's kind of a proud dad moment there. But what he does when he gets stuck on a Lego build is he comes to his father and he says, "Hey, I'm stuck, I'm frustrated, can you help me?" And so I say, yes, let's look at where you're at, what you've done so far. Let's look at the guidebook and I'll help you get back on track. So do you kind of see where I'm going with this? I love using notebooks, and this pocket notebook setup is basically just a way that I can take my box of Legos to God and be like, here you go. Before I even start, I want you to guide me. I want you to help me all along the way so I don't get too far off track. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch the camera to overhead so I can show you this setup. But I also wanted to let you know, if you want, I've got a free guide that you can get after you watch the video called Pocket Size Productivity. It's just a free guide I created on using pocket notebooks to journal. It has all my pocket notebook layouts. It's just a free tool that I made for you, so you can check that out later. So what I've done in my pocket notebook, which, if you've seen my videos, I use it to make little weekly trackers and notes and stuff in. But I just kind of flipped to the back and I made a morning section, a day section, and an evening section. So basically what I'm doing is in the morning, I'm considering my plans for the day. Then I'm asking God to direct my thinking. I'm asking Him to divorce it from self-pity, dishonesty, self-seeking, motives. I'm asking God for inspiration, thought, or decisions for that day. Then I'm considering what my next step today should be, asking God for what I need to do that, and for freedom from self-will. Then, as I'm going throughout the day, I pause if I get agitated or doubtful about something. I'm asking God for the right thought or action and asking that His will be done. And then as I go throughout the day, if I face indecision, I'm asking God for inspiration, a thought, or a decision. So for me, this is just a nice little morning and daily checklist that I can look at a glance. It kind of guides my morning prayer and keeps me intentional going into the day. Then over here in the evening, I'm asking myself at the end of the day, have I been resentful, selfish, dishonest, afraid? Do I owe an apology for something to someone? Am I holding a secret that I need to disclose to someone? Have I been kind and loving toward everybody? Is there something I could have done better? Have I been thinking about myself all day, or have I been thinking about others? And then I pray and I ask forgiveness if it's needed, and for any corrective measures that may happen. So again, in the evening, it's just a quick little checklist so I'm not carrying something negative into the next day. Now, some of you out there may think, hey, this sounds familiar. Where did you get this from? Well, let me show you. It's the AA book on page 86 and 87. And this is so good that I just wanted to take a quick minute and read through this with you. Even if you're not an alcoholic, it's okay. This applies to anybody And I was actually sharing this with my wife last night. She's like, that is cool. Can you text it to me? So, check this out. It says, on awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought, or a decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. What used to be the hunch or the occasional inspiration gradually becomes a working part of the mind. Being still inexperienced and having just made conscious contact with God, it is not probable that we are going to be inspired at all times. We might pay for this presumption in all sorts of absurd actions and ideas. Give me an amen on that. Nevertheless, we find that our thinking will, as time passes, be more and more on the plane of inspiration. We come to rely on it. So here we go. We usually conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be, that we be given whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask especially for freedom from self-will and are careful to make no request for ourselves only. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We are careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. I'm going to skip down to the bottom here. As we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful and ask for the right thought or action. We constantly remind ourselves that we are no longer running the show, humbly saying to ourselves many times each day, "Thy will be done." We are then in much less danger of excitement, fear, anger, worry, self-pity, or foolish decisions. We become much more efficient. We do not tire so easily, for we are not burning up energy foolishly as we did when we were trying to arrange life to suit ourselves. Gosh dang, how many times have I done that? It works. It really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined, so we let God discipline us in the simple way we have just outlined. Then I kind of read it in reverse order because on page 86 here is when it shows the nighttime routine. So this is my evening thing. When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. Were we resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid? Do we owe an apology? Have we kept something to ourselves which should be discussed with another person at once? Were we kind and loving toward all? What could we have done better? Were we thinking of ourselves most of the time, or were we thinking of what we could do for others, of what we could pack into the stream of life? But we are careful not to drift into worry, remorse, or morbid reflection, for that would diminish our usefulness to others. After making our review, we ask God's forgiveness and inquire what corrective measures should be taken. So anyway, I liked that so much that I wanted to implement it into my pocket notebook routine. So like I said, every day I can just flip to the back and make a quick little checklist in my morning, during my day, and then peek at it at night and ask myself the questions. And this, guys, is me giving God my box of Legos. So I hope that this helps you on your own journey of building an intentional life. Maybe it's something that you can implement or tweak to your own liking to use daily as a morning, daily, and evening checklist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.